Throughout their time, Hot Toys has definitely made a very nice amount of different Ant-Man figure head sculpts, and surprisingly, almost all of them being pretty controversial. And by controversial, I'm not talking about like offensive, which to Paul Rudd, they honestly might be a little bit offensive, but I'm talking about the actual quality and just the overall look of them and the likeness to Paul Rudd himself. That can be pretty iffy. But we're actually going to start out with the oldest figure, and then we're going to build up to the newest one, which I do have in hand right now, so we can take an exclusively close look at that. We're not here to review the suits or anything, but I think this one still might be my absolute favorites, with that helmet sculpt actually looking pretty intimidating. So this one doesn't actually have its own like fully unhelmeted head sculpt. It's kind of just the open mask look, and I actually do really like this. I might prefer it more than the overall kind of nanotech being pulled back and revealing his whole face. Now this head sculpt, I'm going to be honest, obviously the paint applications and everything was from a time a little longer ago, so it's not going to be the same exact paint quality and details as the newest Hot Toys figures, so the paint application is definitely a little soft. But I think the actual sculpt to Paul Rudd's face is pretty there. I think this picture really does it justice actually, because the lighting is pretty good, so it gives his face a little bit more detail, and it makes it look just a little higher quality. And I think right here he definitely looks more like Paul Rudd than the other few pictures, which the lighting is a little softer. And for being Hot Toys' oldest Ant-Man figure, I think this one's definitely going to be the hardest one to top, because you guys will see in just a little bit that's not a very high bar. Now this is a figure I really just found out existed very recently. This is from Captain America Civil War. Didn't even know they made this version of Ant-Man. And this is the version where we get the so-called Ben Affleck playing Ant-Man, and yeah, I can honestly see it. The paint application does look really good though, skin texture, and I like that hair sculpt, but this is not Paul Rudd. This is genuinely like Ben Affleck, and it's really uncanny and bizarre of just how actually close this looks to Ben Affleck compared to Paul Rudd. And yeah, unsurprisingly, definitely not their best suit design or especially head sculpt. What the actual fuck is that? This is the 2018 Ant-Man and the Wasp figure head sculpt. This thing, this is probably going to be the longest portion for a figure, guys. This thing is fucking terrible, I'm going to be honest. Like the sculpt I showed before in the beginning of the video, this is that one. This smile is not inset into the figure. It's sculpted pretty much with the entire figure. So there's no depth to the smile, and the paintwork is honestly really bad for the actual teeth and the gums. So it makes it look really 2D and really unrealistic. Now this is a figure that does the mouth and the teeth just right. This thing looks amazing. This is Hot Toys' brand new DX32 Joker that I did a full review on. So if you guys want to go check that out on my channel, you know, you can go find that there. But you can see that his mouthpiece is actually a separate piece entirely. He comes with a swap out tongue, so that really does make sense. But Hot Toys does this thing now where it is a different sculpt piece that they glue or kind of just like fuse in with the actual head sculpt, and it makes it look way more realistic because our teeth are not directly in between our lips. We are set back like, you know, how it should be. And with figures, that's just how it should be too. And it really was upsetting on just how horrendous this figure looks. I mean, you can see the seam line with the gums. That doesn't make any sense. And just how creepy this looks. This looks like a horror figure in my opinion. And I try to like really look at figures for a long time with the new head sculpt I'll show you guys in a little bit with the newest Hot Toys figure. The one that actually shipped, not the actual prototype. It's not that bad, and it took me a little bit in hand to actually warm up to it. But with this, there is no warming up to it. I like to hear the companies out, the designers, because there is real people working behind these, you know, painstaking sculpts, paintwork, everything. So I try not to be just like an overall dick and dismiss it immediately. But this one has no chance for that. So this head sculpt is from the prototype of the newest Hot Toys Ant-Man from Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. This thing just came out, and I'm really happy they did not choose this head sculpt because this one seriously looks nothing like Paul Rudd. This has the least likeness in my opinion. If we're going to be honest, like, who were they looking at when they were trying to sculpt this? Like, who is this? I don't know. I've never seen this man in my entire life. I have no clue who they were looking at, who they were sculpting, but I'm really happy they changed it. So we're going to switch over to my in-hand view, and I'm going to show you guys what this guy looks like in person. Boo! Yeah, jump scare. But guys, here is what we have in person. First of all, this suit, pretty cool. I got this guy from Toys Assemble, so you guys can pick him up right here. There's the little listing, and there is the little URL. I'm doing a little editing, you know. I'm getting a little fancy schmancy right now. But this head sculpt is a little controversial. Side, I can definitely see his profile from the side. This detail on this is really nice actually. Skin texture, great. And you can see those eyes are looking super, super glossy. Compared to all of the other Ant-Man head sculpts, I would say this might be the second best, or tying first place with that first Ant-Man, which is kind of crazy to say because their newest release and their oldest release are the best two, which is really crazy. Everything in between was nowhere near. But this guy has those separate rolling eyeballs, which is really cool. I think the nose is honestly the best part about this figure. And maybe the eyebrows. I think the chin might be slightly off, and maybe the eye bags and the head shape. But overall, I think this is one of their better Ant-Man figures, 100%. And just for some fun, this is what the helmeted head sculpt looks like. This suit really looks really sleek, so you can choose whether you like that or not, but I do like all of the more armorized kind of padding all over him. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. And yeah, that was pretty much all of them, guys. So if you did enjoy this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Maybe press that bell for notifications because I know you want to keep watching these videos. And I do post some of the soonest unboxings for Hot Toys brand new releases. So yeah, guys, again, thank you for watching. And yeah, comment down below what you guys think the best Ant-Man head sculpt was.